accident has left the man hospitalized and fighting for his life. Now, if you take a look behind me, you can see that traffic reconstruction crews are still on the scene.
A 34-year-old man lost his life earlier today. Neighbors say it was an altercation over a $10 haircut. Now police are searching for this man.
The cold weather is not stopping Stateliners from going from the kitchen table to the cash register. We are near Shore Drive, literally standing in the Rock River. Now, as you can see, I do have on my flood boots right now, anticipating high water levels. Nick, Governor-elect Bruce Rauner just arrived at Giovanni's. Let's see if we can get a listen in. School officials say they had a couple routes running late this morning to pick up kids. That meant students were out in the cold longer than they had to be. A body has been pulled out of the Rock River. Family and friends identified the person as 21-year-old Roger Pitts, but it didn't work out too well.
Just eat the whole thing. Oh. See? You should have eaten it the way I gave it to you.
The Board of Trustees approved the ordinance by a vote of 4-2. That means Roscoe residents can now have chickens who produce fresh eggs like these. I talked to a couple of the kids and they said they just want candy. They don't care how cold it is. We are sitting here under a big monster truck. Hey, I told you these things are huge. Joining me now is Trey Myers. How tall are these monster trucks? Not only are sales up in the store, but also on the internet. From t-shirts to hats to jackets. Karen Schaefer, Michelle Parker, Karen Williams, 3 innocent state line women killed by speeding cars, fleeing after being spotted by police. Parker and Williams both killed during active police chases. Williams' car hit in Cherry Valley by suspected armed robbers during a pursuit from Boone County. Parker killed by a suspected drunk driver being pursued by Winnebago County Sheriff's deputies. In fact, there is nothing more dangerous a police officer can do with regards to public safety than a hot pursuit, especially when you consider statistics which show 40% of pursuits will end in a crash, and 1 in 3 deaths from police pursuits are innocent victims. That's why when the question becomes whether to chase or not to chase, more departments are choosing not to chase. You're looking at video of a Milwaukee police officer pulling over a teenage driver of a stolen van. Notice the teen speeds off as the officer approaches, and the cop calmly walking back to his squad car without giving chase. Milwaukee police drafted a strict no chase policy after a string of tragic deaths.
In 1 month, 3 innocent people were killed by fleeing criminal suspects.
All 3 deadly accidents happened after officers scaled back their pursuits. But Milwaukee police realized that wasn't enough.
We realized the issue wasn't even whether or not the officer was conducting the pursuit safely or indeed even terminating it. We realized that the decision to initiate the pursuit could still have deadly consequences.
And Milwaukee has not had a single pursuit-related death since the policy was adopted. I filed Freedom of Information requests with the Boone County and Winnebago County Sheriff's Offices and Rockford Police to see what their policies allow, and found out that all 3 departments place the right to pursue at the discretion of the officers involved.
Initially, the deputy has to make the decision to begin the pursuit. A supervisor is monitoring that.
Factors considered are time of day, road conditions, traffic, and speed of the fleeing vehicle.
There's always a risk involved in everything that we do that has to do with force or the potential use of force. And you have to, again, allow officers the opportunity to do their jobs.
State Representative John Cabello spent 17 years as an officer for the Rockford Police Department. He says some criminals need to be apprehended by any means necessary.
We have to be pragmatic about it. We have to make sure that we understand that there are some people that need to be captured, and they need to be captured right away. And they need to be captured at almost any cost because what are they going to do next? The officers are usually 99.9% going to make the right decision.
But did Winnebago County Sheriff's deputies make the right decision when they pursued Dennis Mikos? Mikos sped away after being stopped for DWI, deputies in hot pursuit, when he crashed into and killed Michelle Parker. And as this video shows, pursuing drunk drivers can be especially dangerous since officers already know that they are impaired. Watch as Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies get into a serious crash after a suspected drunk driver hits a barrier at high speed. It's incredible that no one, suspect or officer, was killed. That chase likely would not have happened in the city of Milwaukee, where a section of the police policy permitting officers to pursue drunks was redacted from the final version. Officials realizing the danger of pursuing drunk drivers wasn't worth the risk to public safety. And they're not alone. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Department last made changes to their pursuit policy in 2010, which added banning deputies from chasing traffic offenders. When your city is named Sandwich, you're going to get a lot of strange requests from restaurants and visitors. People dressed as Colonel Sanders even popped up in their delicious-sounding city one day.
And had them parachute into Sandwich with the idea that a squad car was there with Sandwich police on it, so this would be the people making sure that Kentucky Fried Chicken was making a good sandwich.
But 2 weeks ago, Sandwich received an offer they did not want to sink their teeth into. Dairy Queen asked them to change their name to Wrap to help them promote their new chicken wrap. After getting a good chuckle from the suggestion, Sandwich Mayor Rick Olson politely declined. He knows the city does not even have a DQ.
You know, personally, I would rather have a sandwich than a wrap, so. And being a cop, you know, that's one thing. We like donuts, so if they want to name some donut after us, that might be something we could talk about.
So I thought Dairy Queen wanted to open a store. I'm like, oh, sweet, a Dairy Queen and sandwich. That's what I thought it was at first.
The city does take pride in their mouth-watering name.
If you say you're from Sandwich, it seems to perk everybody's interest, and they remember it. So from a marketing standpoint, having the name Sandwich is pretty important.
And they have no problems with people making jokes about their city, as long as it's tastefully done.
Plano being just to the east of us here, we've often said that they need to build a town between us called Bologna. So you would have Plano, Bologna, Sandwich.